Whenever we think about the Yukon, we tend to think about Dawson City and the Klondike Gold Rush. It seems that Dawson gets all the glory and attention, but one has to realize that the Yukon is a very big place with very few people. The Yukon covers about 190,000 square miles, and today it has a population of less than 40,000 people. This would tell you that there is still a lot of territory to be explored and more mines to be possibly found. The Yukon has seen many large mines over the years, besides what went on in the Klondike region. Large mines like Elsa, Faro, and Keno City were put on the map because of sheer size and richness of the deposits. There has also been numerous mines that were not quite as large but were just as important. One of those mines was the Venus Mine, which is located in the southern part of the Yukon, on the west side of Windy Arm, which is a part of the Tagish Lake system. This was a silver, gold, and lead mine, and it was built by the financing of one man. John Conrad was an American businessman who had big dreams and lots of money. He arrived in the Yukon in 1903, right around the same time as the big strike in Nome, Alaska started. He had heard about the gold in Nome and was headed that way when he arrived in the Yukon. However, instead of heading off to Alaska, he picked up some mining claims just south of what is now Carcross, Yukon. He developed two mines on a steep slope beside the lake shore. These were the Venus No. 1 and Venus No. 2 mines. Each mine was drifted into the side of the mountain and ore was pulled out to the steep surface. He then built a huge tramline so he could get the ore from the mines down to the lake. The tramline was almost 5 miles in length and rose about 3/4 of a mile high up Montana Mountain. At the time, it was the largest tramline in the world. Once this was built, John set out to build a mill beside the lake. He would take lake water and use this water along with gravity to wash out and process the silver ore. After that, the ore would be processed, it was then bagged and then loaded onto a barge, where it went to the end of Tagish Lake and was loaded onto a train that ran down into Alaska to the port at Skagway. John then set out to build a town where the workers could live. By 1909, the town of Conrad was built and there were 3,000 people living there. The town had several hotels, shops, and even had steamboat travel where you could go to Carcross. Everything worked well and the mine ended up working 3 different veins of ore. However, by 1912, the high-grade ores had been mined out and the silver prices had dropped. To make matters worse, the rates that the White Pass Railroad charged were about 5 times higher than anywhere else and the mine could no longer turn a profit. John was then forced into bankruptcy. The mine shut down and lay dormant until a company, called Yukon District Gold, optioned the mine. Some equipment was upgraded and the mill produced about 10 tons of silver concentrate a day between 1918 and 1920. After that, the mines were down again until the 1970s, when another company went in and started mining at a lower level. This endeavor produced another 500,000 ounces of silver and over 12,000 ounces of gold. Since then, the mines have never been worked. You can still see the old tram and mill as it is right beside the highway between Carcross and Skagway. I hope you enjoyed this short story about the old Venus mines. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you more old lost mine stories.